News in the District 9 election fraud investigation. Channel 9 has now confirmed the State Board of Elections investigators will question Mark Harris for the first time tomorrow. Now, the board did not certify him as the winner in the 9th District because of claims that people were illegally collecting absentee ballots in Bladen County. Now, that means when the new Congress is sworn in tomorrow, thousands of people who live in District 9 will not have a representative. Channel 9's investigative team has worked all throughout the holiday week, reading through hundreds of pages of affidavits and evidence, all released in the days leading up to and after Christmas.
And now they are back in Bladen County, tracking down some of the people named in those affidavits and learning how this alleged scheme apparently would work. Now we start with our investigative reporter, Joe Bruno, who has led our 9th Congressional District coverage from the start. Joe, I know you spoke with people who say they actually handed over their ballots, but you learned their votes were never counted.
They all wanted to vote by mail, so they went ahead and requested these absentee ballots. All three then handed over their ballots to be delivered to the County Board of Elections, but that never happened.
On a warm, sunny day in Lumberton, Stephanie Page says a man came to the door of her house in the Davis Heights community. She never met him before, but assumed he was an elections official. He and others were going door to door.
Coming around.
When he asked for her ballot, she gave it to him. She thought it would go to the Board of Elections to be counted. Her vote was never recorded.
Just do the right thing and go out and vote instead of giving it to somebody that comes to your house.
In North Carolina, it is illegal to collect absentee ballots. Last month, 2 people told me they were paid by McCrae Dallas to collect them. Dallas was working for Mark Harris's campaign and is a central figure in the election fraud investigation.
Did you know that your vote wasn't counted?
No.
Melissa Williams doesn't know the woman who picked up her ballot personally, but says she is a friend of her daughter's. Like Paige, her ballot was handed over at the door, but records show it never counted.
Do you have faith in the election system?
Not right this minute.
Why is that?
I mean, this shouldn't have happened. I mean, as I know, it's been all over the TV about, people votes not get counted. So I don't think that's fair.
Back in Robeson County, Callie Locklear has a slightly different story.
A bunch of crooks.
Like Paige and Williams, she gave her ballot to someone else and her vote wasn't recorded. But unlike them, Locklear drove the ballot to an early voting site and says she gave it to a man outside who claimed to be collecting them.
There's a whole lot of people out there voting. So I figured it'd be easy for him to take it in the mail.
With her voice silenced, she thinks the election was stolen.
Which I didn't know people did stuff like that.
To reiterate, all 3 of these people wanted to vote by mail. That's part of the reason why they handed over their ballots. They thought that their votes would be counted, but unfortunately that did not happen in this case. And anchor Allison Lottis is with me here now. She actually talked to a former Board of Elections member who kind of explained how it would be possible for someone to find out whose ballots had already been mailed out.
Former Bladen County Board of Elections Vice Chair Jens Lutz tells me that with a document like this called the Absentee Voter Correspondence List, someone could learn who has absentee ballots and key information like their address, their name, their age. The public records include all of that, like the political party, the name, the address, plus when they requested a ballot and when it was mailed to them. Lutz says that McCrae Dallas frequently requested this report. Dallas is accused of running an elections fraud operation, paying people to collect absentee ballots. Lutz says that that list could have been used to identify exactly which voters to target.
Armed with this document, one could track an absentee ballot and they just show up and present themselves to collect a ballot.
But political science professor Dr. Michael Bitzer says this document, this record also has key information that lets a voter have transparency and track their absentee ballot requests and also track their votes. He doesn't think that information should be kept confidential. But within the last few minutes, we learned breaking news related to this District 9 election fraud investigation.
We just got an email in our inbox from Mark Harris's campaign team. Tomorrow, they will be filing a writ of mandamus mandamus in Wake County Superior Court. This is a court filing where they will essentially ask the Wake County Superior Court to certify the results of the 9th Congressional District election. So this is a pretty lengthy release. We're going to have to take some time and go through this, but Sky and Erica, certainly a very big breaking development in the last couple of minutes.
Yeah, updates coming in minute by minute. Joe and Allison, thank you for keeping us and our viewers informed.
Yeah, with a lot more to come in this investigation. As you can tell, news is breaking by the minute. There have been a lot of questions, too, about what will happen with the State Board of Elections.
And in just the past hour, we learned there will not be an evidentiary hearing that was set for January the 11th.
Now, that is because of an unrelated state law that disbanded that board at the end of 2018. It calls for a new board to be in place, though, by January 31st. Republicans and Democrats just couldn't agree on how to proceed in the meantime. Republicans say the state should go ahead and certify Harris, but since there will not be a hearing next week, political experts say Congress will likely now step in. The U.S. House would likely have the Committee on Administration investigate, so the plot gets even thicker. Well, Channel 9 will have team coverage of all these developments tomorrow, from the congressional swearing in to the questioning of Mark Harris.